You know what it is. It's the Eccentric-Talk podcast. I'm your host, Nicholas Pacheski. Today, we are having an incredible... Oh, let me restart that. Today's guest is a good one. He's a producer who lives outside the box. Jake Yates is a music producer known for pushing boundaries since his time from junior high until today, experimenting with sound and turning bold ideas into unforgettable tracks. His creativity drives everything he makes, layering textures, flipping expectations, and constantly evolving his style. We're talking about his creative process, his journey within the music industry, his experiments in hip-hop, and how he uses innovation to elevate his music. So welcome the mind behind the sound, Jake Yates. Do we have a clap? I wish we got that. I was like, woo! We used to have that.
What if I hear a random sound?
Probably not. Anyways, we'll get better at that.
Yeah,
but thanks. Welcome, Jake. Woo! Yeah, there it is. We're working on it. We're working on it, people. We're working on it.
Yeah.
But I always like to start off. We didn't do it on the other podcast with Brandon, but we're going to get back into it. But I always like to give stickers out to my guests to see history stickers. So you're more than welcome to take one or as much as you want.
We're going for the Oh, we got the horse.
Dude. Yes, sir.
Wait, hold it up to the camera a little more.
Oh, my fault. We got the horse.
Let's go. You know what it is. You gotta love those history stickers right there.
Yeah.
Eventually I have to go buy more.
All right.
So you can put that on your John Ski. Eventually we're gonna put ETP stickers on that shit.
Oh, nice.
And hand that shit out. But oh shit, bro.
We need to get EDP
stickers.
Let's get into it.
Yes, sir.
EDP and funny stickers. Just with the stupidest puns on them and just hand those out.
Hey, I'm down with that. We got the money for that shit. But damn, bro. I do have to say it was a long night last night. We partied up.
What a night.
I wasn't supposed to go out, but my friend's sister said something about her boring night. I was like, oh shit, I need to go out and party it now. And went out with the boys. Will, Colin. Oh, not Colin. Colin wasn't there. Sadly, Connor, Tom, AJ, all the folks. And we partied up, and then you got home at...
We survived. Yeah. I got home at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, bro. Holy fuck. Can't even imagine. And here we are at 7:23. Fuck.
12 hours later.
Yep. And we're on the nice podcast right here.
Yep.
All right, let's get down to business with the first question of today. Let's start off with what inspired you to start making music?
Yeah, so, growing up, just really liked the idea of, expressing things through art. I was never really good at, drawing or painting or anything like that. So
right.
I think just listening to music, I always wanted to do it. If you met anybody when I was in, elementary school, they'd tell you I would just sing. I would, sing songs all the time. It was probably annoying.
Yeah.
So...
When did you start making music in general?
Yeah, so it was in middle school, actually. I think I was 15 about the time. I know the age because I said it in the song.
Right.
I made a song in my bedroom, and I had my laptop, and I just put it on there, put it on a private SoundCloud account. One time my friends came over, they found the song, and then that's when I was like, all right, maybe I'll take this a little bit more serious because they liked it, but it was also a joke at the same time. So it's kind of... I don't know. I wanted to get into it.
Yeah. Oh, what was the song name?
Oh man.
I think it's called archives.
I think it's called Temptations.
Temptations. All right.
Yeah.
And you'll see that on his Spotify.
It's not on my Spotify no more. We'll find it.
No.
We'll find an old copy of that song somewhere.
Jeez.
15-year-old Jake, man.
Yeah. Oh. So tell me a little bit more about the 15-year-old Jake. Who were your inspirations in the music business? Or just artists as well?
Yeah, I mean, I listened to way too much Drake, Eminem growing up, Kendrick, obviously the big three.
Right.
At the time, J. Cole as well. Just a lot of rap that really threw me into music. I felt like when I started making it, I started to kind of grow away from that. But my influences definitely changed over time. But at the start, it was like, old Travis Scott and everything. And
Travis Scott?
Like, what they're doing, I was like, I want to make it better.
Yeah, what song in particular from Travis Scott is your go-to? Your hype music for the gym?
Man, damn, the one I listen to now going to the gym is Astro Thunder. It's like a nice chill before the calm before the storm song. But Stargazing. Stargazing had me for a while too.
Yeah. Have you gone to one of his concerts?
I went to 2, yeah.
Where at?
So technically I went to 3. I went to 2 on the Astro World Tour.
Right.
I went to the one at Wells Fargo, and I went to the one at MSG. Great time. They had the rides and stuff.
Right.
And then I went to the one night in Utopia at the Meadowlands complex, MetLife
Oh shit!
Stadium.
Okay.
So that was cool. Yeah.
Were you the wait? Where was the one he did a concert and it caused like an earthquake? Or was it an earthquake?
Nah.
What was that?
Nah, I wasn't there.
That was
Oh.
Kendrick, wasn't it?
Huh?
It was Kendrick, wasn't it?
Was it Kendrick? No, it was Travis.
It was Travis.
Yeah,
I think it was like the night he dropped Utopia, or it was somewhere around that. It was like during the launch of that. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Imagine that.
That would be crazy.
Imagine going to that earthquake.
Shaking
That's
the ground.
my dream.
Right.
I want to go to a concert that causes an earthquake.
Oh, I will definitely like to go to that a concert like that.
Yeah. Inexperienced.
Right. Oh, so you mentioned J. Cole. I'm a huge J. Cole fan myself. Yep. I'm getting back to his old album. One of the songs, I forget the name. It's called Simba.
Yeah.
And that shit. Like, oh my god, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that whole album itself. And then I like his other things as well. Helping out with what's the group that he's with?
Dreamville.
Yeah, Dreamville.
Yeah, Dreamville.
Like Stack Squad when they promoted their album, and then see, I'm terrible with names today, but it was the Village or something. The other group, I love their shit too.
Yeah, had Buddy on there.
Yeah, one of their songs. It was Shiva? Yeah, I would fuck with that. I love that shit. Oh, I love music. So like, what was it more? What inspired you to do that from like any family relatives? That's like, did you have any family that were in music, or what? Like, do you have any other people like friends that got you more involved with it, or just like this is solo just you?
So at the start of it all, like it was more of like I don't know. I just wanted to do something different, you know. Record my own music. I thought that was cool to do. It was kind of a solo venture, but I did find out later on, when my family found out, oh, you make music, oh, that's cool. My cousins are actually in a band. So it's been cool kind of like seeing that. My grandmother was a, singer and stuff like that. So never got to meet her, unfortunately. But,
Gotcha.
So that whole just experience of like, learning that while growing up and making music.
Right.
It's like, cool.
No, I feel that.
Learn more about it.
Yeah. When you were making music, middle school and high school, like, did you have to deal with anybody that was trying to put you down, say that he sucks or any of that? It's like any of that. How would you deal with that?
Honestly, it was like the biggest motivator at the time because like I didn't have the equipment or the tools to make my music sound crisp and clean and quality. Like after I graduated high school and got more into it and figured it out, I used to have to pay to go to a studio just to get past that block of like, man, your music's trash, and I'd hear it all the time. Like I still run into people today that are like, that's just all they know me from because of that. So. It was just motivating. You're just like, anything I do, I just want to make it sound better. Like, so now the next time you hear it, it's like, you could keep making fun of it until, eventually it's like, I'm trying to make music for myself. I don't really care about these people.
Right. So what are your motivations in making music? Like, are you trying to tell your story? Are you trying to aspire some like kid who might be in the similar shoes as you, or like what's your motivation?
So I don't know how most artists feel, but like me personally, I always just wanted to be like my favorite artist, and like how can I get there? So like I listen to a lot of genres, I listen to a lot of music,
Right.
And my biggest way to get there was like, let me make a sound that's unique to me, and just experiment. What way can I get there?
Right.
And then just make music that I feel proud of.
Right.
Whether or not my family hears it, whether or not people hear it, I make it for me.
Right.
So it's I want to say that was sort of my goal, you know what I mean?
Right. I feel that. So you mentioned producing it. So when you sit down to produce, what are you listening for before you touch anything?
So I want to say like I listen to a lot of genres that aren't what I'm going to make. I don't want to listen to, something I'm going to make. I like to pull influences from anything. So, I could throw on like Afrobeat. I could throw on, house music.
Right.
And just like, what can I pull from these other genres to, I don't know, just, music is music. There's so many angles that you can take to it. So
Right.
it's just trying to find a sound that inspires you without, trying to copy something that exists.
Right. Interesting. Did you watch the Wu-Tang show on Hulu?
I did, yeah.
I think it's kind of interesting. Like he took a lot of samples from like shows and like movies that he used to watch, and then that like caused another form of inspiration with his music and his storytelling. Is there anything like that you kind of take, or if you could, what show would you take inspiration with?
Oh man, I try not to sample anymore. I mean, I used to love sampling, but it's just like, it's so dicey with clearances, copyright. You can't use it. You can't use it unless you get it cleared. So it's like, but no, definitely good soundtrack. Good music is always going to be there to inspire.
Yeah.
I love Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
I love Wu-Tang. So.
Yeah, Wu-Tang. I love Wu-Tang. Oh, that's a little.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Almost dropped my shit. The Wu-Tang American Saga. First of all, I do have to say, like, the aspect, the film, and the how they directed everything, even the cast is incredible.
Oh, Shameik Moore is incredible.
Yeah. Understatement right there. I wish they do some more stuff like that. I did like the movie NWA. I think the Ice Cube's son, jumping on that and doing that, and then I think, wait, was it? No, I don't think Nipsey was Snoop Dogg. It was a different actor.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, I remember seeing a clip of Snoop Dogg talking about that. Actually, he was saying if I got into that role, Nipsey in a way it was like it wasn't like any form of disrespect. It's like I'm trying to be me, so if I do this, people will view me as the actor that plays Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I saw that clip. Yeah.
I love those interviews, low key. I get on that all the time, and I gained a lot of like inspiration with music from my old buddy Danny, who helped me out with podcasting.
Right.
He tried to do music as well, and I'm not trying to put too much onto his story. He didn't like proceed with it because of the difficulties. Yeah. Keep on putting money into it, promoting it. Like that's very difficult. Like, is there something that you kind of dealing with at this moment with like promotion or, any other forms of difficulties in your journey in the music industry?
I mean,
Charlie here.
To answer your question, I mean, what I would say is like, I'm not really dealing with anything right now where, I have issues with that. Maybe because like, for a lot of artists who can't afford to make music, you know, and it sucks because, there's a lot of people who want to make music and they don't have the tools. It's not as accessible to mix. There's a lot of communities that help with that shit. Like a lot of Discords and stuff. I'm telling you, like Discord, there's crazy communities. But even outside of that, like you could still make music and pitch the idea and just keep at it. No matter what way you could do it, just keep at it. Because it is hard to promote. Right. You know what I mean? Like that's the biggest motivator is like, how do you get your platform, Right. So it's just do what you want to do and just make sure you're having fun with it. Yeah.
So when you make music, what part of yourself are you trying to understand? Or is there like a spiritual aspect that, music makes you like emphasize more or any of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I'm just trying to express how I feel at the time. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, like life is so complicated. You're just
understatement.
dealing with all these emotions, and everybody's unique. So you're just trying to be like, how can I express what I'm going through at all times?
I feel that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something I am dealing with a little bit, especially like trying to express myself within the microphone on the podcast. A whole different realm, obviously.
Of course.
Much slower path.
Of course.
But it is very difficult. But one thing I can say for myself on my journey is trying to figure out and find my voice. Like during my time in middle school and high school, I was very silent, didn't really talk that much. And then when I hit like college, I started gathering my voice, and here I am just expressing it more and more. And there's this sense of empowerment that comes with it. And hopefully, if I can do it, anybody else can at this point.
Of course.
And I hope that, the person that's listening to, this podcast and other episodes can get some sorts of inspiration from the guests that I do bring on, including yourself. And hopefully they can follow their dreams and passion, especially if they want to make music. And it's like, hey, here's Jake. He's starting from the ground up, and here he is. And then what? How old are you right now? From 25?
25,
and 15, 10 years in the experience of making music. Yeah. And here you are, still on grinding and still on evolving your sound and keep on producing and doing exactly what you love.
Yeah.
And that's for me, just hearing that side of the story right now is I don't know, I would say it's inspirational, because it's like you talked about earlier, you had some doubters, you had some haters, and you use that to fuel you to keep on moving and evolving.
Right.
And, knowing that people, for our generation, you might have haters, and it kind of prevents them to follow their dreams. You are a full embodiment to keep on going.
Yeah.
And you have 10 years of experience of that.
Yeah.
I wish you could just sit back and just holy shit, bro. This is awesome. 10 years, bro.
Yeah. It is cool.
10 fucking years.
A lot of good experiences. Yep. And anybody who wants to make music or doesn't, or just has another talent, just make sure whatever you're doing in your free time is something that you love.
Right.
Something like this can become a lifestyle. You know what I mean? It's more than a hobby at that point. You're doing it so much, you care about it so much. When you dedicate the time, that's how you improve. That's how you get better. You will make the investments.
Right.
If you find yourself falling in love with this, you will take, the efforts that's needed. Cheap equipment will get you far.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's ways to make it work.
Right.
And, you see it all the time. SoundCloud rappers blowing up, making songs in their basement. It's possible, you just got to keep at it.
Oh, for real. Have you ever, during this journey, dealt with, a period where you felt like you're going to burn out? And if so, kind of, elaborate on that story? Or is there, a example that you can really highlight on?
Yeah, I'll actually say so. Just to give a little background on me, I did ExoCash for up until 2022, and I was in college at the time, and I would come home from college. My studio was at home.
Lovely studio, by the way. Lovely studio. I saw that shit. I'm like, holy fuck.
I got to get you a picture so you can get it up there.
Yeah. For real. Yeah. Is it on your Instagram, or
I'll send you guys some stuff.
Bet.
Yeah, I should have some somewhere. Maybe it is.
Gotcha. My bad for interrupting.
No, you're
I just
good.
love that studio low key. I was like, oh shit, dude, this is fire. Anyways, so sorry.
You're good. Yeah, I would go home, go to the studio, I'd open up a project, and just the burnout came from something else, and we can get into that. That's fine. But the burnout would happen, and I would just open a project. I'm like, all right, what do I want to do? I would just find myself start, and I'm just like, I can't do this. You know, how do I get that motivation back? It took me a long time, man. It took me a long time. And then when I finally graduated and I had the time to do it, what I did was, you know, I just started. I was like, okay, I used to make trap R&B, you know, like hip hop centric. And I was like, let me just go for a different genre. I was like, fuck it. Let me just try house. Let me try indie, you know? And then I started doing that and I realized that passion that I had for music, it all came back. You know what I mean? You can't really dig yourself into a corner of where you're comfortable and just make the same song over and over again.
Right.
You gotta try new sounds, try new things. You know what I mean? It's like you could download a new synthesizer plugin that you never tried before. You're gonna get excited. You know what I mean? You're like, all the potential, all the opportunities. Your mind starts flickering. Right. That can motivate you. You know what I mean? It's just like you gotta relight the candle.
Right. So. And was there like what sound kind of like reunited the most? You mentioned a couple. What sounds that's just like, oh shit, I can get really creative with it even more.
I think it was when I used to DJ before, like I used to DJ parties before.
What?
You just started laughing.
What the fuck? So you say you could DJ at mom's?
Let me take over at mom's, dude. It's bad. It's brutal.
Yeah, it is brutal.
I gotta hear the same old playlist from before our time. Yeah. It's not even like the good classic music. It's like that 2000s classic like hip hop that nobody listened to. Right. You know?
Right. And it's overplayed over and over again.
So overplayed. I don't mind the 2000s classics. I don't mind the Katy Perry. Give me that.
Yeah. When they keep on playing it over and over and it's a different DJ, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
What are you doing next? Well, you say you did DJing for parties. So like
So I DJ'd a little bit in high school, you know, parties here and there. Yeah. And then when I joined a frat in college, I DJ'd for the college. That was fun. That was actually a really good time because like that taught me how to really read a room. And you know, I kind of had to get into house music. A genre that I always, you know, I never minded it, but I never explored it the way I did. But you know, me being a music producer, I didn't just find, you know, top 10 songs and add it to a playlist. I did a deep dive for like a week, 2 weeks in a row. I was just on SoundCloud all day. I paid for premium so I get no ads, just so I could listen through. I'm talking like underground stuff, like 4 plays, 15 plays, 2,000 plays, like all these songs that I'm like, and I'm finding like the coolest stuff. And I started to fall in love with house music. So when I came out of college, that's when I went back to relight that spark. I was like, yeah, I got to try that. Right. You know, I got to try that.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't know you did DJ, bro. What the fuck? You never mentioned it.
You got to give me a board.
I got you. Holy fuck. Just go up to mom's like, yo, let me take this. Let me take over. Let me show you how this is real.
Maybe that's the next investment. Just get the board.
Right? Yeah. Oh.
Ask if I could use their speakers because I'm not paying that much money again.
Right. Holy fuck. Wait, not to talk about money or anything. Like, how much did you put into your equipment?
The studio together?
Yeah.
Well, so my basement, you saw it. It's unfinished. So we had to finish just that room. Right. My dad's a saint. You know, he paid for the contract work for that. Right. So I just bought like, you know, the rug, computer. Computer was about, I want to say like $500. I bought like a starter like pre-built. You know, I was a high school student, bro. I didn't have any money. I had money from working part-time at a restaurant. I was lucky to have $500 to spend. I got a cheap $60 microphone, RCM Pro. We're going to have to link the TikTok with the equipment because it's affordable. I actually show all my stuff. I have like Sony headphones, just basic stuff. Yeah. And, you know, I just put it all together. FL Studio Producer Edition. I think it was like $200 at the time.
Jeez.
So just whatever that total is, you know. Kept it. I think it was under $1,000 for the equipment together. Gotcha. I definitely kept it. You know, once I started adding all the sound padding, and it started to go up. But that was, you know, when I had more money to spend at the time. Right. It took time for me to realize how far I was going to go with it. And then once I, you know, started to really invest, that's when you invest your time, you're going to start investing in your money. Right. You know what I mean?
How much research have gone before like buying the equipment, and then what was something that you were looking in particular that will like help enhance your day-to-day operations?
Upgrading the mic,
Right.
better compressors, hardware over software.
Okay.
100% of the
Really?
time, because
Okay.
it's natural.
Okay.
It's something that's tangible.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a lot with software, but there's only so far you can get it. You
True.
know, so really paying attention to the design of the room is actually big too, because the way I have it boxed off, I had to make like a cube for my mic.
Right.
So I had to buy a space divider. I had to buy a whole box unit that was basically like a shelf with like a stand on it, so I could just prop it up there.
Right.
But yeah, no, tools, just buying new kits that you think you're going to use all the time, like software side of it too, like Omnisphere. That's expensive for a lot of people, so when they buy that, it opens up, oh, now I can, make my own melodies and shit. So,
Right.
And then obviously there's the other side of it that, you may or may not know is like when you start paying for, beats or like help with beats, and you start paying for collabs, or you're doing your splits and you're getting into that, that's a whole nother side of that too.
Gotcha. Is that room going to be reconfigured? Because not to overshare, but you got a new place soon.
Yeah,
You'll be moving in
so-
very soon. Are you going to be bringing that over to your new apartment?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a lot of the sound padding. I'm
Right.
gonna set it up. So my bedroom is like, it's a pretty good size. So what I was gonna do is I was gonna corner it off, and do kind of like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Astroworld documentary, how Travis kind of had like a closet joint.
No. Where would you find that documentary? Just on YouTube?
I think it was on Netflix. I think it was on
Everything's
Netflix.
on Netflix.
Yeah. I don't remember though. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was gonna not do like a closet setup like that. It's gonna be a little bit more sophisticated, but it was, it's gonna be like a desk setup. So
Gotcha.
not as nice as my old one,
Oh.
but it's a space for now
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I can continue to do what I do. Because like, I'm not doing as much recording as I used to, and when I do, AJ also has a studio.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it yet,
Yeah.
but yeah, so he's got a setup too. So we'll still be making music.
Gotcha.
It's not gonna stop the flow.
So that this is a huge jump, getting a new place
Yeah.
for yourself. Like, do you any like experience living off your own? I know this is a huge thing for our generation. Like for the 20-year-olds, they're looking to get new places. It's on
This is the right
Netflix.
one.
Train Wreck?
Not that one.
No, not that one.
Not the
this
actual
one.
tragedy. We're not.
That's the only, like, I looked at the Astro World documentary on Netflix, and that's the first thing that come up.
Man. Maybe it's not on there.
We'll find it later on. But you have any experience with living on your own? I know this is huge. Like I said, for 20-year-olds getting their own places, especially with the market right now, very difficult.
Yeah.
So, like, do you have any tips for the youth coming up? Well, I don't know why I'm saying youth. I'm youth. Bryce makes me feel old, so.
I
Yeah,
know.
come on, Bryce.
That's my job.
Yeah, that's his job. That's his job.
Come
He
on,
has
dude.
his BSing.
Yeah, I lived with 3 roommates, so there was 4 of us total. In Philly, Center City, I went to Temple. And, you just got to have, have a system.
Right.
Have a system. If there's a problem, just say it, bro. Don't internalize anything. You're only going to make yourself more petty.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you have roommates,
Right.
if you have roommates, just make sure that that social network, you guys don't have to be best friends.
Right.
But
Just a respect thing.
if it works out, you're gonna want to hang out with them.
Right.
You
Right.
know what
Right.
I mean? Like, I love my roommates. We hung out all the time. We just bull.
Yeah.
Whatever they were doing. We're all in different stages. I was going to school for engineering. We had another kid's going to school for business. Our the clocks never worked.
Right.
But just like in the time that we could find, we made it work. And I'd say I enjoyed my experience. Living alone, there's a lot of stuff that you're just
Right.
it's you're gonna forget. Like like, shit, I gotta buy this. Oh shit, I gotta buy this. I gotta worry about this. Just keep your space clean, stay organized. And like as simple as just, putting your clothes away in an organized fashion and making sure you're on top of that. Like the smallest stuff, it's gonna keep you just aware of everything. You're gonna be so observant of the smaller details.
Yeah.
You're not gonna struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. Well, I do have experience living off my own for like a year, and then I also had a roommate when I went to Drexel. Funny, you mentioned engineering. I went to Drexel for engineering.
Let's go.
I hated it.
Oh,
I hated it. I just didn't like the lectures.
Yeah,
I was cool with the labs. I enjoyed the labs.
Yeah.
It's just like you're in a lecture with 300 students, and you have to listen to this person that's like, I don't know, terrible at storytelling or making it engaging. Like I just like couldn't stay tuned. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just like, so dreadful. And most of the time I'm looking at other things, such as like, I'm a huge NFL fan, mixed martial arts, and the other sport, NBA. I don't know why.
Steelers fan, bully him.
Come on, man.
He's killing my team. I know it's been a rough season. Both of my
Mike
teams.
Tomlin. We'll had Mike Tomlin.
We have Mike McCarthy now.
I will say, man, I'm a big Kenny G fan. I love Kenny Gainwell.
Yeah.
I might be the only person who owns a Kenny Gainwell Eagles jersey. I might be the only person in the world.
I don't think he's staying. He's gonna get paid.
I was at the parade. He pointed at my jersey and dapped me up. I was like, let's go.
He got that energy.
I have to get you that video. I have to get you that.
You have to get us Kenny G on the pod.
You got that connection.
Yeah, we're buddies.
We're buddies.
There's a reason he stayed in PA. All right.
Just like a whole different city though. But shit, yeah.
That's
I wish
funny.
we can keep him. I don't think we can be.
Man, he turned out to be a really good receiver.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
Second
Had no
best.
idea.
Yeah. Second best. He
He
balled
was
out.
RB2.
Yep.
That's crazy.
He's going to go somewhere and be RB1. Guaranteed. Like, I hate to say, like, I talk too much about football because I can go all day.
Oh, same.
And stress about it.
Same.
But I think he's going to go somewhere, get paid because he needs to get paid. We can't pay him. Or we can, but we have Jalen Warren and stuff and Caleb Johnson.
Yeah.
I want to see that dude play.
Yeah.
So,
well, he was always good. I mean, he was a good backup to DeAndre Swift.
Yep.
Even when and then when obviously you're not going to replace Saquon Barkley with Kenny Gainwell.
Yeah.
But when, he was still there.
Yep.
Anytime he gets the ball, he's running for 14 yards.
Yeah, or just touchdown.
Like, just touchdown.
Yeah. My buddy Diggs, every time we make some bets. Do not recommend betting. Gambling is bad for you, for the most part, or not. But
We might be canceled.
He's like, yo, bet on getting Gainwell for a touchdown right here. These live bets. Boom.
Yeah.
Made a couple $100 just from that. I was like, I can rely on him all the time. And this year, I just hit everything.
Yeah.
Kenny Gainwell for receiving and rushing yards.
He's so reliable when they use him.
Yep.
You know,
or a touchdown, but touchdowns kind of like teeter off towards the end a little bit.
Yeah.
But I can go on and on that. But and then my Brooklyn Nets, I don't want to talk about them anymore. They're breaking my heart.
I'm struggling to find out how you're a Steelers fan and a Nets fan.
Right. Oh shit. Okay. So growing up,
we gotta follow this.
Right.
Get a timeline for this.
Timeline. Back in my day,
in like 1934.
There was a girl.
So I was a huge Pennsylvania fan, for both teams.
Sure.
And when the Eagles got rid of Brian Dawkins and Brian Westbrook, I said I'm done with them.
I'm the biggest Eagles fan. Was that Chip Kelly era?
No, this is before.
I think it was before.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
So they were going a whole different route.
He broke up the team with Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson. Was it
Macklin?
Macklin, yeah.
Oh my God, dude, we had the best receiving core in the league.
Yep. And they just got rid of him because of some stupid shit. But But yeah. So they broke it up beforehand with Dawkins. I was a huge Dawkins fan.
Oh yeah.
Also was a Troy Polamalu fan. I love seeing if I can.
Oh my God, yeah.
Madden always made a trade to get Dawkins and Troy Polamalu together. So when Dawkins left, I was like, "Fuck it, I can't stick with the Eagles anymore," and I just moved on. And I don't know, I just like the culture and history. I'm a huge history buff, so I love the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I not just because they're winning, it's just the type of people they brought on the team, like Mean Joe Green. I just like the history of it all.
Yeah.
And then how they do their business is very unconventional. The Eccentric-Talk podcast is unconventional. So I just enjoyed watching them. And then I've been still a fan for a while, many years, too many years to count at this point. And I played football. You can't really see it right now. I was on GQ magazine with my football team.
Oh, sweet.
After the behind the box, but huge football fan, and grew up, had a iffy high school career, just ups and downs, and I just all right, I'm done. I can't play football anymore. So I got into basketball, and I didn't want to be a 76ers fan because at this time, they were on the rise, and everyone thought they were going to beat the Golden State Warriors.
What's the process?
Yeah. I just didn't want to be a bandwagoner. And then the two guys who got me involved with the Brooklyn Nets in 2018 was Spencer Dinwiddie and Jaren Allen.
Oh, okay.
So I just all right, I want to go with that.
Yeah.
And ever since, I'm just a Brooklyn Nets fan. Been dealing with a lot of anxiety for sure. Especially losing the way that we be losing right now.
Yep.
And then having the Kevin Durant in Game 7, missing the 3-point by the toe.
Tragic.
Yeah, such tragic.
So tragic.
That would have been our year. I still get mad.
I got a funny story with the Mets, and you can summarize this in the mic after I tell it. But in 4th grade, my teacher was a huge Mets fan, and so one of the moms RSVP'd all the other moms and got us all to wear Phillies jerseys to the first day of class.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Have you met Diggs yet?
No. It's been unfortunately not my pleasure to meet him just yet, man. It's gonna be sooner than later though, I heard. So I'm excited.
He too is a Mets fan. So we were at PJ's. I think this was the last year.
Yeah.
It was Mets versus Phillies.
Oh.
And he was the only Mets fan there wearing his jersey.
Oh my
talking
God.
shit to everybody. I even have a video of him after the conclusion of the game. They won. And he's wearing his Pete Alonso jersey. He's
God.
Fuck the Phillies and this and that. We'll see you next year. We're winning it. Gloating about it.
Why is he still breathing?
Sometimes I question that myself. Oh my God. Yeah. So he's a huge Mets fan, and it's fun seeing him trash talking all these people.
That's so funny.
And it was to a point there was this woman on at the bar, and she was just pissed off.
Oh yeah.
To a point where she was trying to get her husband to fight Diggs. and he's I'm trying to enjoy a beer and just watch the game. I don't care. And he's just looked at Diggs, and Diggs is just laughing. He's living. He's I'm just talking shit. You can't be mad. And he wasn't mad. So I'm pretty sure that guy got earful after after the fact.
I'm sure.
But yeah,
wife was not happy about that.
No, for real. So overall, backtrack a little bit. That's how I like the Steelers and then the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
And then, did you get a degree in engineering?
I did, yeah.
Oh, shit. Where did you go?
Temple.
Temple?
Yeah, where I was living at, yeah. So it was mechanical engineering.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. I did my associates actually over at Monco before I went to Temple, yeah. So
I did Monco too.
Sweet, yeah. Sweet.
Great location.
Damn, you two have a lot in common.
Yeah. I didn't get a degree.
Actually crazy. It was actually wild.
Yeah. I didn't do the engineering degree. I just moved on. I was I can't do it.
Yeah,
But props to you for completing it.
Thank you, man. It was fun.
Yeah. Wait, did you join the racing team?
No.
Oh my
the
God.
F1 team looked so fun. My friend Laura did it, man. It just looked like the best. You know, like they got to work on like the carbon fiber like components. And shit. I was like, oh my God. That looks fun. Just aerodynamics. I had no aerodynamics background going into that at all either. So I didn't even know if I was going to like it or not.
Got you.
I didn't have time.
Yeah.
I just really didn't have time because, you know, I'm trying to balance school, music, you know, frat stuff and, you know, friends and, you know.
Yeah, the college life. Yeah.
And on top of that, I was also working through college.
Oh, shit.
I had to pay to live. So I was doing, I think I did UGTA for, I'm trying to remember the name of the class. It was problem solving, but it was like a coding class. It was like intro to using MATLAB, if you're familiar.
Vaguely. Not entirely. Now I'm doing
it's like
coding.
Any language.
Yeah. I'm doing data analytics right now.
Okay.
At Eastern, and I'm doing like R language. Right now I'm doing a program called Tableau. So you're converting your data into visual aids and you're presenting it. Yeah. And then next is like SQL. And another coding language I did was Python.
Python, yeah. Okay.
That was horrific. Python. I'm terrible at coding.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because when we first learned how to code, we used, I think is it called like Dev C++? Are you familiar with that?
No. I'm not sure about that.
I'm trying to remember. I think that was the name of it. But it was like you have to type like everything. Whereas like Python was supposed to be the short end of the stick where everything's like a shortcut. And you can just use, you know, instead of having to type out everything meticulously, it's like, you know, it's supposed to be shorter and easier. I could never figure it out. MATLAB, I took a class where it was literally, we were doing like differential equations and we had to code it. And I didn't even know how to code because I did 2 years at Monco. I didn't take my credit transferred. Yeah. But it wasn't the equivalent class that I needed to understand what I was doing. So I didn't know how to use MATLAB. Yeah. I have to code these differential equations. Yeah. I'm like trying to figure it out. So I had to learn how to code at the same time as doing this advanced calculus. So
that sounds like hell.
Yeah. Oh man, it was a good time. It didn't help that my professor, listen, awesome lady, the best. She was way past retirement age. Right. She would lash out at the class from time to time just because, you know, she just like had this like she's like, oh, I expect you guys to know it so you know it already. Right. And then when we didn't know it and like half of us would fail the test, she's like, I can't believe you guys don't know what you're doing.
Jeez. Oh my God.
It's a good time.
Any curbs?
Oh yeah, tons of curves. Like I want to say most of the engineering program that I did, like that I experienced, it wasn't that lecture like Drexel, because Drexel's basically only engineering. Yep. Whereas the engineering school gets smaller the more you go up. Yep. So you're taking a lot of the same classes with the same people, a group of 20 to 30 people, and you know, some of the classes you would get 80s in the average, but you know, there's some classes where literally the average could be in the 40s. Right. Just depends on the professor, depends on how they teach the class. Right. If they want to teach you concepts, they don't care about the math, which is more valuable. That's on them. Right. And then when everybody fails, they just curve it up. Yep. And you're like, oh, shoot, I have a 90. Yeah. It's like, that's what occurred. Sick.
This occurred with me for the Python class. I got 31 on my final. Oh, broke my heart, but they curve it to an 81. Oh, yeah. And I was like, 50%. Oh, I love it. I loved it. Enjoyed it. But
the average must have been like a 40 something. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
It was something. I was like, oh, thank God. They helped out big time. And it's like even longer. Like you have the lecture, and then you have the lab course, and then there was another thing like a practicum that you have to do as well. So it's like 3 different layers of like learning the R language, and it's long ass time. Like I'd probably start at class at 8 o'clock in the morning, get done at 9 p.m. Right. And I'm just like walking around through Philly. Love the area in a way. but it was definitely a culture shock. Going to college,
Yeah.
in a new place.
Mm-hmm.
Did you kind of experience that for your first year? What was that one experience? It's like, what the fuck?
Well, my first year, like I was just moving in from out of the city, so I didn't really have to deal with that. I was living on campus. My senior year, when I was living with the roommates I was telling you about,
Right.
We lived off of like up Cecil, all the way down to 18th Street.
Okay.
And you get followed home all the time from 7-Eleven, just walking to the bars. Like we usually would walk together. There was one time, I went to 7-Eleven. It was, I don't know if it was like a Sunday or Monday, and I was just picking up ice cream, man. I was just hungry. I just wanted to eat, bro. I'm walking back, and this dude is following me. He's just going, yo. I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to do with that. So I turned right, and like I was gonna take around the long way home. So basically, what I did was I was cutting up. I go around the block, and I can walk into the back of my apartment.
Okay.
So I was going around the back. This guy kept walking straight, and he stayed straight. And whatever pace he was going, he caught me right behind my apartment, held me up and shit.
Yeah.
I got so lucky. There was somebody walking by who was like, "Leave the kid alone." He was carrying, so he was able to take his focus off of me. I was able to get inside, be safe. But man, it's not everybody's that lucky, and there's. They might just be panhandling, but you got to deal with the desperation. You got to keep your head on a shoulder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Head on a swivel. It's not paranoia at all. It's just being prepared.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a similar story. Just walking, wrong place, wrong time. At night, I'm just West Philly. So I'm like probably an hour or two from Drexel. And I was just a dumb suburban kid thinking like, nothing's going, touch me, or not in that like an arrogant piece of shit way. It's just like I didn't really experience this type of lifestyle over in suburbia.
Yeah.
And I had my backpack. I'm looking like I have money, and obviously I'm like easy picking because I had my headphones on and not like prepared. And I was caught slacking. And that whole experience like changed my perspective of life. I don't like whenever I hear stories when someone's carrying in the bars or anything like that. I don't want to associate myself with people like that. I just want to keep myself away from that because I don't want to be caught slacking ever again.
Yeah, no, of course.
But that whole experience changed, and I was kind of like paranoia in the beginning, but then my perception kind of changed. And I kind of learned and grew from that. Like, I'm not afraid of guns. I think I'm more interested in it now than previously. More the mechanical aspect. I'm kind of like very interested in that. But, I just like that experience changed my perspective and then kind of like showcase a different side of the world that's not like rainbows and sunshine. There's a darker perspective. And then that kind of like gravitated me to actually learn more, and then that's another like influence of myself trying to learn history and look at the human side. Like, we're not perfect. There's no like good or heroes and villains anymore. It's always in the gray, which was like really showcased in the exhibit that I work in at the museum that I work. It's talking about the Dones, the outlaws of the revolution. And they were on the, which Bryce brought up. They were a group of members of 60 plus members during the American Revolution. They were considered to be the loyalists. But like, when I had people coming in, and then obviously like everyone's like, hey, they're on the loyalist side, there must be villains. I always look at it or try to tell them to look at it from a different perspective. Yeah. If they during this time period, if you weren't a part of the revolution, or for the revolutionaries, you're against them. So you might be a group called the disaffected. They chose neither side of the revolution because of religious reasons. Mennonites and Quakers, so they were pacifists, and then farmers. They rather focused on their day-to-day tasks.
Yeah.
So that it kind of occurred with the Dones. Some of the members were considered to be disaffected, and one of the penalties you receive for not joining up with the rebels, you lose your opportunity to work on your job. So there, Joseph Doan Jr., who was a teacher, couldn't teach anymore.
Damn.
You can lose your property. You could be fined, and you kind of like kicked out of the community at times, certain locations.
Huh.
So that was prompt them to join up with the British Army and fought with them, and then eventually in the 1780s, their motives kind of got too extreme.
Right.
So,
right.
you know, as a historian, I always like to look at it from two points of views. I do play whenever I have debates and conversations. Bryce can attest to this. I play devil's advocate.
Oh yeah.
That's so annoying.
No, it's a good quality.
Yeah.
Like you got to be open minded.
Right.
You know what I mean? You always got to consider that you might not have all the facts, or you know, it's never black and white.
Right.
Like you know, there's always, you know, like the Philly, for example. Like there's got to be a reason why they're doing what they're doing.
Right. Right.
What brought them there? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think that like that's how I was able to sleep that night.
Mm.
I know that if my life was in danger or not, you know what I mean? Like there's people who are, you know, struggling.
Right.
And, you know, if he was going to pull the trigger over whatever I had on me, maybe $10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's his prerogative. And, you know, I'm still breathing, I'm still here.
Right.
And I'm out of that situation. So it's not like I live my life scared. You know, you just gotta you want to learn more about it. It's actually kind of fascinating because, you know, it is sad to see that happen.
Yep.
And no, you know, it's nice to know that people can think like that, you know, like people can try to understand it. Because, you know, I unfortunately, one of my buddies had a worse situation that he went through. And when that happened to me, I just called him.
Right.
And, you know, he's talking to me and, you know, he kind of guided me to that mindset of just, you know, just think like there's a reason for why they're doing what they're doing and you're beyond that. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, it's good. It's a good mindset to have.
Yeah, for real. For real. And I hope a lot of people do have that similar mindset because it's like, I knew someone who once through some sorts of difficulties, and then that moment is what was eating him alive, and then he started doing like drugs and alcohol, and then which is like causing him to have some health issues, getting a lot of people to worry about him, and it's just a shame because it's like I know like can't really help him. The only person is that can help him is himself.
Yeah.
But like if he could just see it from a whole different view and hopefully like heal from it, you know, hopefully he can become more healthy. Cause like I knew him for a long time and seeing his health and who he is today, it's kind of hurtful because, you know, he kind of established a standard for myself growing up, and it's just like he's not even upholding his standard anymore.
Right.
And it sucks because it's like I want to say something, but I can't say anything because he won't listen.
You know, Right. You feel helpless, but like I do want to say, like for anybody listening who's, you know, going through that themselves or knows somebody who's going through that themselves, like don't feel helpless. You know what I mean?
Right.
Obviously, there's only so much you can do, right? The best you could do is just guide them to a better path. You can't do it directly.
Yep.
You know, it's not like you just say stop doing drugs and that's what they'll do. You could just be inspiring to them,
right?
The same way that they may have inspired you, in your case. You know,
hopefully this podcast and stuff could inspire him. I see that he liked a couple of my posts. I was like, oh yeah. So I'd like to see that. Hopefully the message I say on the pod, once I have some technical difficulties, will be better next time. So stressful.
I still think we're doing better than the last time.
Yeah.
Charlotte's innocent. She didn't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Last time we had
She did nothing wrong.
Oh, she's an angel. We had one podcast we had. We didn't air it or anything, but she was on the couch with my buddy, and she was sleeping, and she rolled over. She fell off of the couch, and it was so iconic and funny. It just like encapsulates her personality.
It never happened. There's no evidence.
No, there's evidence. We're gonna showcase this. We're gonna show bloopers.
I saw with my own eyes.
One day we're gonna create content of our bloopers and make fun of it.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Are you gonna have bloopers to make fun of right now?
Messing up right now probably be funny.
Yeah.
Just seeing our fucked up situations, but holy fuck.
Oh man.
I had to run upstairs, out of breath, and get back to the gym. Getting lazy indeed.
Been a man. That's another thing you gotta motivate on, man. I be getting off of work.
Yeah.
Like
the gym.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo, I work in an office.
Yeah.
I'm sitting down all day.
Yeah.
Right. You get off of work, you're just mentally exhausted, bro. You cannot. I'm telling you, rookie mistake, crucial mistake. You cannot go home.
Yeah.
You cannot go home and lay down.
Yep.
You're not getting up.
Yep.
You're not doing shit.
That's so true.
You go home from work Monday, Tuesday, doesn't matter, man. You're just, you're done there.
Another mistake I definitely can throw in is thinking that you can have a home gym.
Oh, my God. Yep.
I have one right behind you.
Yep.
And I just like, I'm not motivated. And also it's like, it's a fucking rug and I'm going to sweat on a rug. It's like very uncomfortable.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I don't like going to the gym anymore. Not because it's like work or anything. It's like everybody is talking. And just like whatever the machine that I need, of course, they're there talking up, having a fucking conversation for no reason.
That's
and I was
also
like, fuck.
That's also when the gym's like the busiest when everybody gets off of work.
No, it's true. Yeah.
What I had to do is literally go straight from work, keep a pack of clothes in my car to change into, and change in the gym, and then hit the gym because like I'm not gonna have the motivation.
Yeah,
like I mean that goes for doing anything.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like, oh, I need to go grocery shopping, like as soon as I'm home, as soon as I'm like inside, especially during the winter, I'm just like,
it's so cozy. I don't want to stay here. Just a 10-minute nap turns into 3 hours. It's like, what the fuck?
And then you blink and it's next day.
Yeah, that ass. Oh, that happened one time.
Man.
Oh my God.
Oh
I was
man.
so mad.
If I don't get in, it's weird. I used to be able to like stay. Oh my God, especially in college, I used to be able to stay up till 3, 4 in the morning, and then wake up and be ready for class at 9, and just like I'd be fine. I'd be completely fine. Nowadays, if I stay up like after midnight and I don't go to sleep, I'm cooked the next day. And then like I'll come home. Let's just say that happens on Monday night. I stay up and then I go to sleep late or whatever. And you know what I mean? Tuesday night I come home. I'm in bed by 8 and I'm making up for the sleep. And now I'm more tired the next day. Like it doesn't make sense. You can't win that. Catches up to you so fast now. It's
my thing now is like, so I'm up sadly till 3 o'clock every night or a good portion of the nights just doing schoolwork. And then sadly I work the next day. And then I drive an hour there and I have to be there at like 9.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can already see the bags on my eyes. And sometimes I put glasses on in order to like hide it a little bit. I don't wear glasses, but you know.
I don't even know, like, do eye drops help with that? Because I used to do that. I used to do that all the time. Like, I used to just wake up, do eye drops, because, like, I mean, I don't want, like, bloodshot eyes from being tired at work either. So I'm just like, oh, man.
Well, bloodshot probably works with the drops, but, like, the bags, I can't even figure out how to, you know, open up or just, like,
splash water on the face or something. I don't know, man.
And that's even dreadful. The cold water.
Oh, my God.
But doesn't that, there's, like, influencer, like, Ashton Hall or whatever it is. He puts, like, he got these fancy blue bottle waters and he put ice in it and he just, like, dunks his head in there. And I was like, what the fuck? and apparently that's supposed to like help you out or whatever. And there's some other health benefits.
Yeah.
I just think he's trying to flex the expensive water because I'm like, why that water?
There's got to be a product placement in there somewhere.
Right. I would. Well, this is sponsored by.
Funny.
No.
Yeah.
Yo.
Sponsored by me.
Yeah.
I don't have money to sponsor that.
I do want to shout out one of my buddies who owns a really cool company, Brower Services. I want to give him a shout out right over here. So see what he's doing. And then my buddy Colin, who I had on my previous podcast, he's doing content. And then now I just had a conversation with him this morning from Will's house. And he's going to be doing freelancing videography. So shout out to those guys.
Oh, good for him.
For their thing.
Nice.
So definitely like to say that.
Yeah.
I think this is like the coolest thing on the planet now, because I wouldn't even imagine seeing myself right here today with like talking to a bunch of people who are doing their own thing.
Yeah. Like
making music, the service, home and renovations was Brower, Colin with his videography,
right? Will
with his other form of content, and so on and so forth. And I remember having a conversation with an old partner of ours where I'm like, my idea for ETP is to have all these guests, and because everyone has a story, and just ask about their stories.
Right.
And here I am having a conversation right here. And then this last night, having people coming up to me, it's like, yo, I saw your podcast, this and that. I was like,
that's cool.
I didn't know how to respond. I was so like starstruck, or not starstruck, but I was just like, became an introvert. I was like, like, I don't know why, but I was like, I didn't know how to respond to it. And then everyone's like talking about how they enjoyed it.
I got a message from my dad that was like, hey, I like your intro.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Like, that's cool, man. Yeah. No, like when people start to, engage in your stuff in a positive way, that's the most rewarding feeling. Like, especially when you have to deal with the other side of it. Yeah. Luckily, and I can't speak for it at all. Yeah. Podcast doesn't seem like it would have many issues with the other side of it.
Yeah, that was true. Yeah, that's true. That is so true.
Yeah, knock on wood. There you go.
Knock on wood indeed. Can you knock on twice?
Good word.
There it is. Listen,
yeah. You make content, you're going to do what you love, right? Like, and this goes for anybody, like, do what you love. You can't please everybody.
Right.
You don't need to please everybody. Yeah. Just enjoy what you're doing.
No, for real.
So,
no, for real.
It's a blessing.
It's even crazy to think, like, this is 6 to 7 years in the making. And the early stages, like, I just went a whole, like, dark mode, canceled all of my Instagram, like, all of my social media. And I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to hone in and figure out who I am and be within the silence. So I'm curious about you. What does silence teach you that music cannot?
Yeah, man, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Like when you ever like sit in silence before you do anything, you get to collect your thoughts. Self-reflection's big for a lot of people.
Yep.
But that could really lead to overthinking. When you're applying it to a creative process, you could take that time to write stuff down.
Right.
You could take that time to visualize something or compartmentalize something. You just like you start fabricating images in your mind of what you want to do.
Yep.
You can come up with a plan. And what's crazy is, you'll get inspiration from the most random things. You'll be in the car driving. You might be in the shower one day and you're just, oh shit. Or like you'll be going to sleep. And you just come up with this crazy melody in your head.
Yep.
Like it'll hit you at the weirdest times. You're never going to remember it. Write it down, record it on a vocal note, whatever you got to do. You just got to make sure that you grab those moments too.
Oh, for real. It's funny that you mentioned that, because
that's like, silence. Silence does that.
Silence is a very good tool.
Yeah.
And Now, I love silence to a point where I don't know if you ever experienced this, but there was a moment where silence was so loud.
Yeah.
Like my ears started like ringing a little bit. The ears turned red, and warm. There's like this warm feeling to it. But then there's this feeling like I know where to go from now on. Like I was dealing with some issues, trying to figure out like, hey, what I'm trying to do. So I was doing the engineering, hated it. I'm like, all right, where I need to go. And then I had a conversation with one of my professors, Dr. Russo. Shout out to her. She's like, I think you should do history. And I was like, I don't know. There's no money into it.
Yeah.
Obviously. But I was like, I gotta do it. And I was just like looking at, like thinking about it. And I was just like, my house was all empty. And I was just thinking, I'm like, oh shit. And there was just like this, I don't know why, but like, felt like my nose was like touched, like right on the nose type of symbolic gesture. I'm like, all right, I need to do this. And I only joined, or I got into history in order to learn specific skills or sharpen my skills.
Yeah.
Especially research and storytelling. And from that whole experience, I feel like it made me a better person. Now I can look at it from all these different perspectives.
Yeah.
And like I use all the classes and experiences. You know, I took a psychology class, learned about human behavior.
Yep.
Understood myself 10 times more than who I knew before. And I was like, holy fuck.
Psychology is so mind opening.
Yep.
Like there's so many cool things that you learn
that
you would never know until until somebody says it. You're just like, what? That happens?
No, for real. One thing I wish I took was sociology. I didn't take that class.
Okay.
I
took one class at North Penn in high school.
Right.
That was.
You went to North Penn?
I went to North Penn.
Me too.
Oh shit.
Small ass world.
So I went to. Yeah, it's funny. I went to all these schools, I guess. I went to CB South and North Penn. Yeah, so I did CB South up until junior year. Or sorry, oh my God. No, I did 2 years at North Penn. So my last 2 years were at North Penn, junior, senior.
Who was your psych teacher?
My psych teacher,
yeah,
there were so many teachers. Yeah, that one I'm not going to remember. It was on second floor where the entrance is. The main entrance, there's that pod
K-pod.
right there. Second floor, yeah, that's K-pod.
Yeah.
It was on the second floor, and it was the room that had all the decorations on it. It was on the left. It was all the way. It was like all the way down the hall, away from the entrance.
I see.
On the right side.
I think I know what room you're talking about. I just don't.
Yeah.
Think teacher.
Yeah,
I took a psych class at North Penn as well, and that was a fun class.
Okay, and my sociology class was actually on the other side of the door. So you had the psych on the left, sociology on the right.
It's gonna be really funny when people are seeing this and just seeing this one-way conversation.
Yeah. We did a recording, and it was like the guests and I were sometimes when we talked to Bryce or Bryce was talking to us, they don't even hear what Bryce was saying.
Bryce,
but
you need a room mic. Like you need to grab the audio off the phone or something like that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't know if you guys ever watch. Oh my God, another nerd podcast. New rock stars. They have this the break room.
All right.
And on the break room, what they'll have is they have like a room mic. So anytime the editor talks, it always cuts to like a spacious audio. He's like screaming from a
note to self on that, dude.
Mile away.
The thing is, like, the one problem that we have and like why we don't have a mic over here is because like if it's on the table, you're gonna hear me banging the table.
Right. But you don't need
you don't need a mic for that though. You could just it's like a room, like any room microphone will pick up what you're saying because they'll know where it's coming from too.
We can use the camera.
If you're just as loud as us, they're gonna be like, "Where's that coming?"
Right. Yeah, no, for real. But we do have audio from these two cameras, so maybe we can just
maybe you can silence it until the points where you're talking. That actually wouldn't be too bad. Yeah,
I like how we're just thinking about
Nah, it's
editing and shit like that. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
No, that'd be
We're always
sick.
on that. We're always thinking about like how we can
I
improve.
did find it really funny though, where it's just like the one-way conversation. We just had the person like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like sitting here laughing. They're like laughing at nothing.
This guy's weird.
Who is he talking to?
Now we'll learn from that. We're gonna see if we can take that camera. Yeah, that camera's audio right there.
Yeah.
Breaking the fourth wall. Hello, I'm Deadpool. Yeah, no, for real. All right, so I do have one question in particular, and I definitely would like to share a story of myself with it. But how do moments of failure shape your sound and perspective?
So the way, I kind of want to define like what failure would mean, right? Like I guess like for me, the way I see failure is if I complete a project or not. Because when I'm making like a song, like if you can't get past the blocks, if you can't get past, the simple writing aspect of it, if I don't finalize the song,
right,
and I gave up on it, that's a failure to me. And that goes for any project. I mean, that could go. I mean, just simple stuff is like what you do, like
right.
if you're gonna try something new and then you end up stopping, it's like that's you failed at doing what you were supposed to do.
Right.
For me, when that happens, it played into what it why I stopped doing EXO Cash and why I started making new music. I guess I'll talk about that after this. But when that happens, it created this, you start losing the motivation.
Yeah.
You start losing everything that you feel like you should be doing. And that's why I said earlier, I was like, you got to start going back to finding new sounds to do, start trying new things. Because if you corner yourself, if you really corner yourself, and that's really what I learned the most out of failure was I put myself in a corner. And it was not something that I felt I was maturing through. I didn't feel like I was growing through. I lost my passion for music and stuff. And, to get out of that, maybe it can guide you to where you need to go.
Right.
Whatever that is for you. So, when you fail, it can lead you, just make sure you're learning from it. Try and understand why you didn't do what you did. Like, is it you don't like how you sound on the song. You don't like how the mix is coming out. You might not like the sounds that you're using. And are you just giving up because you're, just giving up on it? And that happens from time to time.
Yeah.
It's tough to get around. Everybody has a different process.
For real.
Just find out why and, try and overcome that if you can.
No, I feel that. For our story, because Bryce and I were part of this other podcast, and for whatever reason, it failed, and that was the most demoralizing feeling for us. Because him and I were putting on a lot of effort, in particular the research. We had this idea of what was Hannah Penn?
Hannah Penn.
Yeah. So she was the first and only woman governor of Pennsylvania. And we're going to try and tell her story.
She was also the wife of William Penn.
Right, second wife. Yeah. Second wife.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. we did a story on that, and we weren't able to post it, and we did a TikTok for the Eagles and Cowboys. It was their first opener. I forget the whole story on top of my head, but it was a huge significance to it. Or has a huge significance to it, and we didn't have a username or password to the platform because the person was hoarding it, and we still have the draft, and we weren't allowed to post it. It was the day of the game, so everyone would see it, and it was gonna be a good trend. And we kind of we saw that moment, and we're like, "Fuck it, that's a huge failure." We I don't know. We had some moments, growing pains through this process.
Yeah.
Arguments and frustrations. And I don't know what this is a couple months, 6 months with us. And I don't know. We probably thought about moving on from this until the podcast with Colin and Will, and our perspective changed, and here we are still doing it.
Well, I'm glad you guys brought it to fruition.
Yeah.
That's big. Big.
Like I hope they can pick this up. There's also another aspect, with this. Like we need this to be a way for us to make something in the make money in the future because.
Yeah, we're not worried about that right now. We're not worried about the money aspect.
Not right now. Right now, it's all for fun.
This is for shits and giggles for a bit.
Yeah.
For a bit.
Yeah.
And probably not the right term to use, but I think this is more.
See what it evolves into.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
to achieve that sustainability.
Yeah.
There's going to be something that you find yourself wanting to do more, and then you're going to want to start doing that. Like with the podcast. So
So we learned from our mistakes. Like
Godspeed to you guys, man.
Yeah. Godspeed indeed. It's going to keep on. Hopefully, we do have a lot of other people wanting to come on, which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
And the fact that you even wanted to come on, that's
hell yeah, man.
Shocking. I appreciate you so much, bro. So it's a really cool journey and experience, and we had a conversation like how we would want to look at like 5 years down the road, how we want to look back at these moments, and we might be failing a little bit with the technical difficulties, but it's like great lessons to learn. And it's like funny bloopers, and hopefully the audience doesn't shit us on us.
Man. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, no, true. So hopefully we can get going and improve. Bryce, are you BSing over there?
A little bit.
No, I feel. So, do you have any people you want to work with that you're very interested in working with, like not just the top names, but like some underground people that they should get some love and appreciation?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just want to shout out everybody I have worked with. Right. Shout out to AJ, Rip Luxy on it's RIP LUXY, Rip Luxy on SoundCloud. He's been after high school, he'll tell you about it. When we got to get him on the pod.
No,
man.
for
Gotta
real.
Get him on the pod.
Let's go.
He'll tell you about it. But he learned music. He learned how to make it, and he's been making his own music. He's been going off. So shout out to him. Shout out to all the artists, Lil Drilla, Mar Gray. Man, it's been great. A lot of good music. Morgan Justice. A lot of good music. Been cool experiences too. But people I want to work with, man, just anybody who's, willing to collaborate and, share passion with me. I mean, to be honest, like I've been experimenting new genres. Man, this, I could talk, I could talk about the whole transition. It's just been, it's been really cool getting into this weird, I don't want to say weird, but it's like, just a unique sound that I haven't done before. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really cool. I like a lot of my inspirations there. I think I want to work with. Neil Francis makes phenomenal music. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. It's outstanding. Just like finding that unique sound that, maybe there's pop flavor, but it's not, overdone, or it's not something that you find bland. Like I like getting that experimental sound out of it.
Right.
Like Tame Impala, man. Like everybody knows Tame Impala. I feel like his production quality is what everybody aspires to be now, because he's doing something so different that not a lot of people are doing. So
I fuck with the song Breathe Deeper.
Oh man.
Yeah. And then New Person. Wait, what's the New Person? Old Ways or whatever.
And then so Same Old Mistakes.
Yeah, Same Old Mistakes. That's what I meant. My bad.
I love the Rihanna version of that song too. It's phenomenal.
Oh, shit.
She did a cover of it, and I think it's on Anti. That song is phenomenal. Fantastic.
Okay.
Same
Sweet.
song. Same song all the way through. But
right,
just Rihanna instead of Kevin Parker.
Yeah.
Kevin Parker.
Yeah. Oh shit. We got a lot of connections on music we like. And then I got connections with Bryce too.
Man,
doing
Yeah,
the
I
music
mean,
shit.
like Mac DeMarco makes that same style of music. I
Yep.
I haven't even gotten really into his discography until recently.
Really?
What style are we
Um,
talking here?
what's that?
What kind of music?
It's what would you call it? I mean,
Oh. Ooh.
it's like psychedelic indie
Right.
almost.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
That
Yeah.
is a good interpretation of
You know,
that. Yeah.
My favorite
listened-
band is Men I Trust, and the amount of bands that I've found listening to indie music is insane. Like,
Right.
I get my algorithm feeds me all these underground
Yeah.
artists, and it's been so cool just listening to like a genre that growing up, I would have never entertained it.
Right.
That would come on, I'd walk away or skip, and it's like now I just have like a new appreciation for sound. So
Yeah.
I'll just listen to those bands, and it's like, it's so cool just finding new sounds. I went to the concert, their opener, Strong Boy.
Okay.
Some of the best music I've heard live.
Jesus.
I was just like,
All right.
man, just that chill vibe. Like,
Yeah.
it's not
Vibing
an
out.
upbeat concert, just
Yeah.
like a nice,
Yeah.
good time. Good
Yeah.
time. Good music.
One I do recommend. They're more instrumental, but was it Scary Pockets?
Okay.
So they do like if there's like a song out there, they do like a remix to it, and they put their own twist and reverb on it, and it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I definitely like how some people are remastering like is that the proper term, remastering or remaking? Well, I don't know the term. So sorry.
Remixing
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
So they're making their own version to it. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is Scary Pocket. So
Okay.
they go, yeah, they do a lot of cool content with it.
Nice.
I actually showed one of our old buddies showed this to me. Probably not be able to put it on
Oh yeah.
because we have not figured out the whole situation yet. We are still
Yeah.
learning, people. We are still learning, but this is a learning
Maybe for
process.
copyright reasons,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
just shout them out, link
Yeah.
them, and
No, for real.
keep it there.
Yeah, so
Um,
really cool things over there.
No, that's
Um,
cool.
What so as we are going to be wrapping up, but beforehand, like what is your next stage of your career right now and music? What do the viewers and audience can expect?
So I've probably alluded to this countless times on this
Yep.
podcast. So when I started as Exocash,
Yep.
that was SoundCloud for a couple years, and then I started releasing music until in 2019, after I graduated high school and I had the time to elevate my equipment, I deleted all my music off platforms. So I've done a reset before. And now everything that I was making was me. It wasn't somebody else's studio.
Mhm.
It was music that I mixed and I made. And what I ended up making was, trap R&B. And that was under the Exocash profile. I kept a lot of the songs that I like on that SoundCloud, so that one's still live. I had that euphoric hip hop kind of sound.
Right.
I went for that, just that dark sound, I guess you want to
Yeah.
go for. Like
Emo?
old R&B, not old
No.
R&B, old OVO.
Okay.
If you're familiar
Yeah,
with
vaguely,
that
vaguely, yeah.
OVO sound
Yep.
from the early 2010s,
Yep.
like
Yep.
very specific Drake sound.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was cool. And I don't know, like working in hip hop was fun. I really love rapping and mixing and making the beats and stuff like that, producing a great time. And that's what I had trouble getting back into when I graduated college, or was in college and then graduated. It almost felt like something that was born from a dream of a 15-year-old and less of like what I really wanted to do. Like when I make music, I want to make music and have fun while making music, and that requires experimentation. Like I have the most fun when I'm learning something or just trying something, and making that work is really the most, I want to say, like the most self-rewarding thing you can do is figuring out a way to make something challenging, work.
Yeah.
Passing the challenges. Maybe that's why I went to school for engineering.
Yeah.
Just I entertain challenge. So going back into it, it felt simple.
Yep.
It felt washed. It felt overused. Felt like everybody was doing it. And I, maybe a conversation for a later pod, but you meet a lot of people where a lot of the people that you want to collab with, you're just hoping that they share the same passion for music as you, but you quickly find out that a lot of people are just, yeah, we'll do a song together and they just want to use your platform.
Right.
Or they want to use what you can offer, but they don't actually care to your successes. They would just elevate themselves because everybody thought that they were going to go big. Right. And that was my dream as a 15-year-old, thinking I could do it too. And it was really toxic mindset to have. It's not the right mindset I wanted to bring to music. So I wanted to mature from that. So I ended that. I kept the SoundCloud up, but all the DSPs, everything, I took my music down. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to re-upload. I rebranded. So now it's, instead of Exocash, it's my name backwards with an X instead of a B. Came up with that in sixth grade. So it's just Zocash now. And I don't know. I just want to I'm re-uploading the music that I felt I stand by today. Like the music that I did experiment with and the sounds that I want to go for. And I'm going to be making a completely new sound after that. So I'll be releasing new music. And I'm going to do 5 releases of 2-pack singles. So I have 10 songs that I'm going to release this summer. Can release them whenever. Hopefully sooner than later. I got AJ working on cover art with me, so we're doing that. Yeah. So that'll be fun. That's going to be on my new SoundCloud, XOCAJ, Zocash. I also have a Instagram. It's Zocash Music. I have a YouTube channel set up and stuff, and that'll be available. Stream on Apple, Spotify, wherever you guys listen to music. Hopefully I get it on Instagram too. Get some videos on there.
Amen.
Yep. Get the link in the pod.
For real.
Get the link on there. And yeah, so those are the next steps for me. And then what I've always been doing is I'll continue to mix. I love mixing music. If anybody's willing to reach out, please feel free to, man. I love collaborating. That makes music really what it is. It's meeting that, getting that experience and meeting new people, working with people. It's the best.
Fuck yeah, bro. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
So I do have 3 ending questions. I'm going to start off with looking back at everything you've been through. What's something that you're most proud of that people might not see?
I just want to say probably the quality of production, and maybe that's actually noticeable. I feel like you can listen to the first couple songs I'm going to release and compare it to the last 2 songs I released, and you'll hear that difference. But that's really what I'm most proud of is the evolution that I've taken. It's finding what you're not what you're good at, finding what you're most interested in, and following that.
Okay, I love that. And then if you can go back to say the 15-year-old Jake Yates, during any forms of moments, like what do you say to that individual now?
I would tell him, I made a lot of mistakes. I would tell him to not let those stop him, because I've done that and it was tough. There's just so many times where I beat myself up over stuff, over just having that, second voice in your head that, you'll never make it. You need a connection to blow up, all that stuff. Like, it doesn't matter. Remember why you're doing this.
Right.
You do it for you. You don't need to prove anything to anybody, I
love that. And then the final question is, what's one mindset or reminder you try to carry with you when negativity shows up again?
I'm dealing with it right now.
Yep.
I've been sitting on this plan for a long time, so I could tell you fresh in mind.
Yeah.
I just got to remember that there's nothing more important than what I want to do. If I'm gonna do something, I got to stop telling people what I'm gonna do and just do it. You know what I mean? And I think that goes for everything. Like, oh, I need to get back into the gym, just go.
Right. Right.
Like, oh, I need to do this, like, just go.
Yep. Just do it.
Honestly, like, I got into so many hobbies over the past 2 years, and like, literally, I started golfing after I graduated. I love golfing. I
Really?
started fishing more. I didn't even realize I love fishing that much. I grew up fishing, but
There you go.
man, just getting into it. Just like small stuff. Hiking is
Really?
a big one. I went up to Maine to hike this year. It was so fun.
I
Such
like
a good
hiking.
time.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I literally bought, my mom got me hiking shoes. I bought like a hiking bag. I
Right.
bought the whole like kit. Like I'm full-fledged
Really?
hiking now. So
I like
yeah, no,
that.
it's just like, yeah, I would say that.
Got you. Hey, yeah. Well, that is crazy that we did this podcast, but
Dude, this
that
was
concludes the podcast for
great
sure.
time.
Thank you for being here, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Go check out Jake Gates on Spotify, SoundCloud, Instagram, and what was the other platform? That's out all the three.
YouTube. I'll have it. We'll have it all linked. I'll get everything over to Bryce, and we'll
Put
get
it
all
on.
set up. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, yo! Awesome.
That was awesome.
Dude,
Hey, yeah.
This was great.
I also try to leave some stuff.
Go how it is.